Coming up in this episode, rumours, ins and outs for the Sydney Roosters. And the story of Zane Tetevano and his stand down from Rugby League. Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel Held Dominance. I'm your host Anthony. Let's get straight into our first story. At the age of 22, Jack Welsby has won it all already, as he has won the Super League Grand Final, Challenge Cup Final and a World Cup Challenge. The St Helens Star is arguably one of the greatest rugby league players Super League has produced as a young talent, should I say. With that in mind, he has of course been speculated about as a move to the NRL, as they are said to be alert to make a play for the Mercurial Star. Australian commentator Andrew Voss, partly admiring and partly lauding the Saints starlet, he believes that the Sydney Roosters could line up a move for him. Tweeted on the 10th of June through his official account, Andrew Voss said, "The Sydney Roosters to make a play for St Helens star Jack Welsby. That's my crystal ball is telling me." This got tongues wagging in a response to the tweet, with some saying positive and others with negative comments about Welby's talent. This, though, I think would not deter the NRL, as the fullback is a favourite at Saints and caught the eye in Australia earlier this year. With a number of Super League youngsters making the trip to the NRL, including Will Price, Kai Pearce-Ball and Bailey Hodgson, Welsby's teammate Tommy Makinson said that the game has to do more to keep the likes of Welsby in the Northern Hemisphere. Following the 34 points to 16 victory over Wigan's Warriors on Friday night, the two try-scoring Makinson said, "A message to Super League. We absolutely have to keep these players in our competition. He is 22 years old and he has won it all, but he keeps going. We have to keep these players like him in Super League, at least for 3 or 4 more years, so I can keep scoring them tries." Yeah, he is looking at it a bit selfishly, as Welsby is a good creator, but hey ho, it's rugby league talent in Super League that kids in this country want to emulate and become the next stars. Super League have done some adjusting with the salary cap in the last month to try and keep their homegrown talent that we have in this country, with the third marquee player rule, and adjusting what their contracts will apply to as far as the finite cap is concerned. But the news that the Super League will not be raising the salary cap for the 5th year in a row from its £2.1 million base sparks the issues of the incoming Super League deal, money, which are set to get going soon. Super League is about to start its talks with prospective new content providers for the new TV deal, as the current Sky deal runs out on the conclusion of this season. And we'll be hoping that partners IMG and the prospects of what they have put forward for 2024 and beyond will see the number bigger this time around when it comes to the finances, as the last one lost clubs an estimated £300,000 per club. We now go into story 2, as a couple of weeks ago Leeds Rhinos announced that the club have stepped down Zane Tetevano from his playing commitments for an indefinite period, with many speculating about the player's welfare. But now the club have revealed that the New Zealand international Tetevano, 32 years old, suffered a stroke whilst training. The quick actions of the medical staff present, emergency services and the fantastic team at Leeds General Infirmary ensured Tetevano received swift treatment, and he has made an excellent recovery. Further tests have revealed, though, he has a hole in his heart, which caused the stroke. This will be surgically repaired soon. The cardiologist has advised Tetevano can continue non-impact aerobic training in order to maintain his fitness, has not yet cleared him to play contact sport. He hopes to return to the field as soon as possible and has set up a Just Giving page in support to Children's Heart Surgery Fund, which supports children and adults who have been born with congenital heart defects across Yorkshire and North Lincolnshire. Working alongside the Leigh Congenital Heart Unit in Leeds General Infirmary, the fund is well known for its annual Wear Red Day. Supporters can support Zane's fundraising here at this Just Giving page on the screen below. Commenting on the news, Tetevano said, "Firstly, I'd like to thank the club's medical staff, the paramedics, doctors and nurses who looked after me when I collapsed. I knew I was in the best possible care and I owe a lot to them, especially our medical team who reacted so quickly on the field. I will never know how lucky I was. I'm confident that I will be able to return to action as soon as I am cleared." Leeds Performance Director Richard Hunswick added, "Zane is one of the fittest players at the club and someone for whom training is such a big part of his life. It is important that he continues to train himself. The best possible chance is for him to make his full recovery. As a performance department, we aim to work to options that the players can do when they are in a period of rehabilitation. He is unable to do normal contact training because of the medication he is on whilst awaiting surgery, and has to train at a lower intensity than he's used to. Mentally, that can be challenging for the professional athlete. The chance to take part in the Leeds 10K is a great way to lift his spirits and be part of a team whilst doing it. This opportunity to do something with Zane that supports his physical and mental well-being." So that's excellent news, as Tetevano is going to compete in the Leeds 10K so that he can help out with his fundraising and also keep himself fit at the same time. Leeds 10K is demanding and should show him a physical activity that he can put his teeth into and look forward to as the athlete that he is. With that, Leeds Head of Medical Services Vas Mani added to Zane's comments, "The quick reactions of the medical staff present at the time and the fantastic team at LGI ensured Zane received swift medical treatment, and he has made an excellent recovery. We are now focusing on the next stage of his treatment and will continue to support Zane during these coming weeks. He has been very positive throughout his challenging time, which is a testament to his character. We expect Zane to make a full recovery and be medically fit to return to play before the end of the season." I think I'm not alone here, and think there is plenty of rugby league fans which are in agreement, as we hope that Zane and his family are all well soon to have this incident behind them as just one of those things that happen, and have Zane in the best health going forward. I want to say all the best to Zane, and hopefully be better soon. Now I end the episode by going back to Australia and the Roosters again, as it's rumoured that the Chucks have put Super League and NRL clubs on red alert, as many as 9 players are potentially leaving the top flight side at the end of the 2023 season. That the club has said that to be in transition and will be looking for new players, as some have confirmed to be leaving. But now the Mole at Worldwide of Sports is reporting that centre Billy Smith, utility Connor Watson, Andrew Hutchinson, hooker Jake Turpin and winger Jackson Paulo, as well as prop Matt Lodge and the recently signed ex-Eel Nathan Brown, are all off contract and are playing for their futures. Sam Walker and utility back Paul Momirovsky are under contract for the next year but are out of favour, and also may be shopped around as part of the Roosters' massive ongoing transformation in a bid to regain their status as an elite club. Looking at those players, the likes of Smith, Watson, Hutchison, Turpin, Paolo and Momirovski would perhaps be most likely to consider a switch to Super League as Northern Hemisphere clubs look to rebuild their squads for 2024 and beyond. Meanwhile, the Roosters have already undergone a coaching change as part of their restructuring, with Jason Riles being shown the exit door after talking to other clubs. And on the playing side, we already know that Joseph Suaalii has signed with Australian Rugby Union for 2025, and Fletcher Baker will leave for the Brisbane Broncos. It is a period of change for the Chucks, and it could come at the perfect time for Super League clubs as they look at themselves, look themselves at the options out there to rebuild a side that will from the bits and pieces from a side that were last in the grand final in 2019. Yes, they did win it that year, but we'll want to get back there after 3, and some say 4 now for Trent Robinson's men, behind their neighbours the Bunnies, Melbourne Storm and Eels, the Parramatta Eels as well as the reigning Premiers Panthers, to be a top side once more. And with that, that's the episode ended. Thank you so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that you are continuing to enjoy these episodes. But in the meantime, please remember to like, subscribe and share this video worldwide, as well as clicking on that notification bell for any updates on new videos that may be coming your way in the near future. But in the meantime, I wish you all the very best. So please stay safe, and I'll see you in the next episode.